Earth signs do need to be encouraged to like share their emotions,
Yeah.
you know, from other Earth signs and from the other signs as well. Because they don't do it so often, I feel like they just need reminders that they can feel these things and it's not bad and you're not dumb or silly for feeling this stuff, you know, because I feel like they really judge themselves for feeling these certain type of ways.
Oh, for sure. And it's like, you know, you think of Earth and air signs, the ones that shy away from expressing emotions, but at least I feel like with air signs, Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius, they will express their emotions and laugh about it and make a little joke. So like they can easily
still getting released.
You
in
can
some
read
way.
in between the lines of what they're trying to say, and they're like, not me being so sad, like you know what I mean? Like they'll say some shit like that, and you're like, okay, well at least you're releasing, baby. Like we could joke, but for Earth signs, they don't even have that comedic relief where they can like play it off because they do take things a little bit more seriously.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's harder for them to even be able to express those emotions in that way. So it's all or nothing for them.
Is my property. Tell me you're a Taurus without telling me you're a Taurus.
I'm actually crying. Because is it even love to a Taurus if they don't own you?
No, it's not.
They get to tell you if you get to go outside today or not.
Correct.
They are your captor, and you should be so happy that they feed you and give you a place to sleep.
Yes. Exactly. That.
You know?
Yes.
Tauruses, like, do you like owning people? Like, actually, be honest.
Yes.
Do you like knowing that you are in complete control? Try not to get horny right now. As I'm saying. That you are in complete control of everybody around you. Does that bring you joy?
I swear it does.
No,
the
it definitely
words,
does.
It's mine, that's mine, are their like, it's their
yeah,
favorite saying.
Oh, for sure.
You know?
For sure. For sure.
That's my property.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know? Like,
oof.
It's really crazy. Because offline, actually today, I was telling Sarah about
oh my God.
this crazy relationship I know.
Tell the people.
And there's this Taurus who has been stalking this man's
for how long?
For a year now after they have been broken up.
And before she even told me, I was like, was she using the little Apple fucking?
Yes! And I was like, oh, she sure was. So
you know what's crazy? They write that on the actual box of the product. Apple says, to use this to track people and humans is illegal.
Oh my
Because clearly it's happening more than we think.
Yeah.
Like, it's just crazy to me. Like, trust and believe, if you're supposed to know where someone is, they would share their location with you.
Right. You should not just be popping up places that you are not invited to.
And I just want it to be known. It seems like such a common sense thing. If you do not have their location, yet you worry about what they're doing when they're not with you, the relationship is over. Like, there is no relationship. Like, you not trusting them shows that there is a clear disbalance in this relationship to begin with. Like, I just want people to really think about, so yes, you know where they are. Does that fix your problems? They're still out there doing what they want to do with complete disregard to you.
Right.
So, like, what does that do for you? If you're, like, a control freak who needs to know what your ex-partner is still doing. And it's not even just that. Like, I think there's Taurus friends that are super, super possessive.
Yeah.
Taurus parents who can't, they can be helicopter moms and dads.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, it's just something that they definitely, the low vibration of Taurus deals with, which is not trusting people, even though Scorpio is known to be the one that's distrusting.
Yeah.
Taurus is at their lowest vibration. They don't trust you. And they don't think that you can live life on your own. They think that you need them to make decisions for you. Yes.
Yes. It's so funny because when I'm thinking about it, in some ways, it really is a perfect combination of an Aries and a Gemini mixed together with their stubbornness and how right they think
I know.
they are.
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
And gosh, that domineering energy can really be just so negative and put on the opposite effect of what you think it is doing.
Well,
you know?
for sure. I just feel like I've never seen a Taurus more motivated in life than when they are trying to find someone who's hiding from them.
You know what?
No, I mean that as a fucking compliment. Like, or trying to figure something out that they have like a hunch on. You know what I mean? Like, they get to work. They get to work.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, they have that detective gene like Scorpio does.
It's like that other side of the control aspect pops in. It's like, oh, well, now I have a goal for me to work towards.
Yeah.
You know?
No, for sure. I mean, the thing is, they definitely feel like they have committed to you, whether it's a platonic relationship, like I said, family, friend relationship. They feel like they have spent all this time on you. So why would you be doing this to them? Like, you're making them feel crazy. So now they need to stalk you.
And they feel so justified by it.
Course.
Because they're like, I gave you this, that, and the third.
Oh my God. I saw this post that was like, and I posted it on our Instagram story. It was like, Japanese couple, like the husband didn't speak to her for like 20 years, a vow of silence.
What?
Because he was upset. And
We're
I'm
not
like,
even in a relationship.
and I said, this is a Taurus man. And the people were liking it, and I think the people agreed.
Oh my God.
Because that they would do something like that to prove a point. They're not going to leave you now.
Right.
No.
No.
Because we're together forever. This is a forever thing.
I have a point to prove.
But I'm upset with you.
Oh my gosh. 20 years?
20 years is a lot.
We're not even in a relationship if you go longer than 20 minutes of a silent treatment with me.
Listen, silent treatment is it's abusive. Like,
that's fucked up.
It's mentally abusive. And it goes to show that like they'd rather be quiet than to actually talk about what's upsetting them.
Right. Take the effort and time.
I feel like Taurus hates ugly emotions. You know, they're Venus ruled. So again, they're kind of similar with Virgo, where they compartmentalize and they're like, this emotion's ugly, but I'm going to show you in other ways that I'm disappointed in you.
Yes. And make you pay.
Yeah.
Silently.
Yeah. Taurus rant, honestly.
Yeah.
Do you guys agree? Like, and if you're a Taurus and you're like, you guys are so fucked up, like, this is so not true.
Right.
Like, really think about yourself when you've been pushed to the edge of insanity.
Yes.
Is this not, like, your lowest vibration?
Right.
And if you know a Taurus, do they not act like this sometimes?
Right. Like, think of your Taurus friend when they were acting their craziest. Were they not acting like this?
Yeah. Yeah, no.
You know?
I think, like, I would say with some past experiences I've had with Taurians, they definitely just were not as comfortable sharing what displeases them.
Yeah.
And it kind of showed in other ways. Like, I could tell when the switch up was happening because I was being punished. And,
yeah.
And I didn't know, like, what I did.
Right. Except for
but clearly you're obsessed.
The things that I want.
Yeah. For sure,
and that bugs you because you weren't able to express it or whatever reason.
For sure. And again, I was never perfect either. But at least I always say how I feel.
Yeah.
Even though it can be aggressive.
Yeah. You know.
Yeah. I'd rather have that. Please tell me everything you feel, even if it's ugly, even if it's rude. Like, I'd rather you spill it out than me, like, find out later that actually what you were mad at is something that we could have talked about.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't like sitting on emotions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and once I start, it's hard for me to stop, like, expressing myself. And I noticed, like, that's just not the case with a lot of people. And I just don't get it. Like, doesn't it feel good when you say how you feel?
Yeah. I feel like earth signs do that a lot.
Yeah.
Too. They have, like, a very hard time opening up about their emotions
they do.
for some reason. Even though they can be pretty good about, like, being there for other people and hearing you out and giving you this space. They are not
again,
good
because
at
they
it
don't do
themselves.
it. You get good at what you practice, and I feel like Earth signs more often than not try and control and contain their emotions.
Yeah.
So when it gets to a point where it's a lot, like they don't know how to operate. They don't. I feel like they shut down, and it's really hard to break through that wall.
Yeah. It is. And I feel like too, they don't want people to always break down through that wall. You know what I mean? Like they're very aware sometimes that they're like, no.
I was going to say, even though I said that you guys, put up the wall, I don't think that necessarily people should stop trying, because I think that on the other side of that is someone who is tender and sweet, but is really scared of dealing with such ooey gooey emotions. You know what I mean? Because they don't know if they pour it out how long it will keep coming.
Yeah.
Again, like with Taurus, when they get really angry, all this pent up anger from a lot of different relationships may come out and unload onto you, because this just so happened to be the conflict that opened up their wall.
Yeah.
So you have to be like ready for that. And you have to be in a place where you don't take things personally, and I feel like it's worth it to try and push down the walls or break down the walls of Earth signs, because once they feel they can do that with you once, they get comfortable enough to do it again and again and again, and it builds a really solid, grounded relationship between the two of you.
Mm-hmm. And something beautiful can come from both sides. Like, I'm happy that you said this, because Earth signs do need to be encouraged to like share their emotions, from other Earth signs and from the other signs as well. Mm-hmm. Because they don't do it so often, I feel like they just need reminders that they can feel these things and it's not bad and you're not dumb or silly for feeling this stuff, because I feel like they really judge themselves for feeling these certain type of ways.
Oh, for sure. And it's like, you think of Earth and air signs, the ones that shy away from expressing emotions. But at least I feel like with air signs, Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius, they will express their emotions and laugh about it and make a little joke. So, like, they can easily...
Still getting released in
You can
some
read
way.
in between the lines of what they're trying to say. And they're like, not me being so sad. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they'll say some shit like that. And you're like, okay, well, at least you're releasing, baby. Like, we could joke. But for Earth signs, they don't even have that comedic relief where they can like play it off, because they do take things a little bit more seriously.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's harder for them to even be able to express those emotions in that way. So it's all or nothing for them. Mm-hmm. And to get the all is very difficult. But I would say, I pride myself in my ability to create a safe space for anyone of any element to express their emotions. But I will say for Earth signs in particular, I do have patience for them, and I feel like I just see their soft, tender side underneath it all. Like, I see through you. Yeah. So, like, when you're done playing tough, like, let me know when you're ready to cry a little.
Yes. I think you said a key word, though, like, having patience with them is really necessary, because I feel like with some of my Earth sign friends in the past, like, they've gotten frustrated with me because I will be like, well, just tell me how you feel, or like, I see that you feel like this, and almost like force it out of them, and they get really upset with me. Yeah. Or they'll be like, oh, you're telling me how I feel, but I'm like, I know how you feel, and I mean, I realize, I'm like, okay, you're right, I am telling you, but like, get to it, you know, like, I know what you're gonna say, and it's terrible, but sometimes, like, I do feel as a fire sign, like, I know I'm being impatient with them, and sometimes they need more of that patience. And that's something, I'm saying this openly because I have to remind myself.
Something that you've processed about yourself.
Yes, and I have to remind myself to do with my partner, too. Like,
for sure.
He's explaining his thing, and I'm, like, wanting him to, like, go faster with the story. Yeah. But I'm like, this is how he's processing. This is how he's taking his time,
well, I feel like, your birth chart, like, when you're playing like Super Mario and you get to pick your car, like your birth chart, like we all just chose different cars before we came to this planet.
True.
You know what I mean? And yes, if you decide to be with someone, you're probably going to the same destination next to each other in your own car, in your own birth chart. And sometimes one of us is gonna get there faster. Sometimes one of us is gonna get there slower. Mm-hmm. But if you like them enough, you're okay with that. Yeah. And it's not just about, you know, earth signs being slower. Like, I'm talking
Yeah.
about, like, we're all faster and slower in different variations, you know? And I think sometimes we just forget that as humans. Like, we know what process works for us.
Right.
And we are almost hopeful that, like, our exact process, like, copy paste. Like,
Yes.
do it like me. Like, it works
Exactly
like
that.
me. It works like that for me. So, like, why
Yeah.
can't you do it like that? Which is fair. Like, we want them to succeed. But sometimes our recipe is not for them.
Yeah. And it can be very hard for us to wrap our minds around that.
Oh, for sure.
You know?
Especially because, like, my recipe works. Like,
Right, it works great
you
for me.
Sure, you don't.
Just try it my way.
Yeah, but then it's like, no.
Right.
We all have different taste buds.
Mm-hmm.
It is different. I feel like I'm giving a lot of analogies today, and it's Virgo season. That's probably why. I'm like, let me make y'all understand in a studious way.
Right. Go with me on the story.
Speaking of that, like, so my moon sign is in the 6th house, which is ruled by Virgo. I don't know if you know this, but in middle school, I worked at the library.
What? I did not know this. That's a fun, sweet fact. I love that.
And I was
so much.
Clearly, I was a loser.
Oh my gosh.
But I'm okay with that because
Yeah.
I made friends with all the old people that worked there. I'm pretty sure it was like right after my like phase of like being a bad middle schooler where I was like flunking, and I had just lost like a group of friends that were not good role models and not good friends, just not good people.
Hell no.
You know, thug life. And yeah, I think like after then I was just like so intrigued by the library. My Gemini moon was probably feeling right at home.
Right. The order around all of the
No,
knowledge.
seriously.
Yes, I love that.
It made me feel so good to organize and like check people's books in, check them out, hear little sweet stories from the old people.
Yes.
It was a vibe.
That's so sweet. I've
lived
like
a life.
I love that.
Let's make a fucking documentary.
She was a librarian.
Oh my god.
Oh, no,
And then she threw it all away because she smoked ganja. Just kidding.
She hung out on the wrong ground.
The wrong ground. Oh my god.
That's so funny. No, I said this in our Virgo moon video. There's a simplicity that Virgos bring to life. And I really love that. You know, like their routine brings such stability to them. And it's like, this is their source of truth.
Yeah.
You know, and having that like kind of one North Star.
Yeah, for
is
sure.
very, I don't know, I feel like it would probably bring confidence and make you feel secure in like who you are and probably what you bring to the table.
It gets the people going.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, I feel like even when things are thrown at them, they know that, okay, at least I still have my routine. And if I stick to that routine, all is well in the world. You know what I mean? That's my calendar.
Yeah.
You know, and what would we all be doing if we didn't have a clock and a calendar? We might be happier. That's a fact.
I would
But
never
at
make
least-
it anywhere else.
Exactly. Like that, we don't live in that world.
Yeah.
Capitalism, you know what I mean?
Right.
But it would be fun. A Piscean ruled world where time ceases to exist and responsibilities are not real. That would be fun. But we wouldn't get anything done and we wouldn't feel fulfilled.
No.
You know what I mean? I do feel like on Earth, our life on Earth, if you have the opportunity to come to Earth, one of the things that we're supposed to learn here, besides obviously love, is discipline. Because there's a lot of temptation here. Temptation Island. Not in that way, but so many temptations in terms of food and sex and drugs and work. People can be workaholics.
For sure.
And I feel like Virgo, even though they can edge to being workaholics, I do feel like in general they have really good discipline. And that's just something that we can really learn from Virgo. They are that virgin.
Yeah.
You know, that their sign, their symbol is the virgin. And the virgin is so pure. It's just here to put its head down and do the work, do the hard work that nobody else wants to do. And I feel like we would all do well to incorporate that energy, that Virgo energy into our life.
Yeah.
You know? Just have something that you're just so dedicated towards.
Yeah.
And that nothing ever will make you step away from it.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Mm-hmm. And no one can take that away from you. I feel like there's a sense of pride that can grow from, having that type of routine, and you feel really good about like completing your tasks in that routine.
Yeah.
So it's like you're also feeling a level of success and like attainment regularly.
Right.
And I think that's something that I even struggled with understanding about routines. Is like I hated routines. I'm a Sagittarius stellium, like no routine,
Aquarius rising.
nothing, like fuck that. But I understand how good it feels to complete a task.
Yeah.
And when you see those tasks completed, it builds upon something, and that makes you feel good.
It does. And I think Virgos respect themselves more than a lot of people, and that is highly tied to their sense of discipline and their ability to follow through. A lot of, I feel like, Virgos they don't show it when people get to them, because again, their head is down and they're doing the work. They have this one thing they can focus on, and I feel like if more people had that thing that they focused on, whatever it may be, it doesn't have to dictate your life, but if you just have that one thing, it can be a great source of inner peace, because you know that you're dedicated to this thing.
Yeah. And it's like your craft,
Exactly.
Like it's my favorite thing about the Virgo archetype. They are masters of their craft, and that's really freaking cool to see. Beyonce, Michael Jackson, Kobe Bryant,
Right.
Dave Chappelle, like all of these people are masters of their craft, and we love to see them do what they do, and it's like them being passionate about their routine, their tasks, the things that they love.
Yeah.
And
knowledge is power.
yes, and I just feel like that dedication, like you said, that self-discipline is something that's really sexy and not everybody has. And it's crazy because they're immutable.
Yeah. I always think self-discipline is self-love. If you are able to give up some short-term happiness for some long-term happiness, that's discipline. You know what I mean? Being able to say no to these little things that are available to you because you know what you're going after. And the thing that you're going after with enough discipline is worthwhile and worth so much more than these little things.
It's sexy when you can have your eye on the prize like that,
Exactly.
Hyper-focused.
I mean, a lot of people want to distract you, and I think there's plenty of low vibrational beings and entities on Earth.
Thanks.
And they are probably already gone with the wind and lost. They have zero self-discipline. So when they see you doing your thing, they almost want to leech onto you and throw you off your game. So if you are a Virgo and you know what you want out of life, and maybe you're not going out as much as other people, or your friends want you to do this and that and whatever, but you have your eye on the prize, I say continue to go after it, because I bet you in about 10, 15 years, or maybe in 2 years, 1 year, what you are working towards will speak for itself.
100%.
So don't let people that are not as driven as you make you feel guilty for going after what you want.
Right. And they're probably just projecting because they want it themselves, but they don't have the self-discipline or dedication to do it themselves.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
So don't let that hater energy stop you from going after the things that you want, because you actually have the drive to get it done.
Just go ahead and print a big picture of Beyonce and put it on your wall and ask yourself every day, do you want to be her?
Right.
Well, the answer is you can't be her.
No.
But you can come close.
Yes. What would Beyonce do? You should do
Exactly.
that so you can get close to being like a Beyonce.
WWBD. What will Beyonce do?
They need to bring those back. I know that they were for what would Jesus do or whatever back in the day.
for sure.
But it needs to be now, what would Beyonce do?
Yeah, for real.
Do you remember those little rubber wristbands? I mean,
I think I do.
Like the Live Strong.
Yes. People were so weird.
They were so weird. They were like a hit.
I know.
For a while.
It's just crazy to me.
It was weird.
I just can't.
That everyone actively wore those plastic wristbands for fashion.
I know.
And the more you had, it was like
so much fucking. It gives 2000s, man.
Such 2000s.
Literally, nobody knew what they were doing when it came to fashion.
No.
They were just literally throwing shit on the wall and see what stuck. Like, do you remember, like, Ashley Tisdale? It's just because I can, like, just think of her picture exactly. Like, I know she wasn't the only one, the only victim. Like, they would just go to the red carpets or whatever, Teen Choice Awards, whatever the fuck. Leggings, now capris, and a mini skirt on top.
Yes!
Like, was the fashion, like,
why are you wearing
before you go out, add 3 more things to your outfit.
Literally.
Maximism. Is that the opposite of minimalism?
Yeah. Maximalist. Yeah.
Maximalist.
No, straight up. More layers.
Yeah.
More jewelry.
It was so ugly.
More rubber bracelets.
Bracelets. Yeah, for real.
We wore them like bangles.
I know. Okay, those were different. The rubber ones where they tied into each other, those were cute.
Yeah.
Not cute, but cuter than the fucking Live Strong ones.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck is that? It was religious, right?
No, the Live Strong one was for Cancer.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But fuck him. Fuck Lance Armstrong.
Oh, yeah, because he created it, right? The Live
Yeah,
Strong
he
ones?
created it.
But he's a bad man.
He's a bad man.
Yeah.
He's a bad man. I'm pretty sure he's racist, and he also broke up with his girlfriend or wife at the time who was dealing with breast cancer.
What the?
Yeah, left her while she had cancer.
Oh my God, what a horrible piece of shit.
Right? And he's a fucking liar because he, like, you know, did a bunch of steroids to win all of the
I know. That's the
contests
part
and
I do
stuff.
know. Yeah. What a fucking liar.
Right?
Take him away.
Right. I just
Oh my
hate
God.
that he has that, like, people like that are still able to have, like, a platform in some ways.
Yo, for real.
You know?
No, actually. I mean, what have I learned? What have I learned about fucking people? Is that someone can be the worst person on the planet. Like, shit can come out about a celebrity that solidifies how horrible they are and what their lack of character. You know what I mean? Their lack of any sort of moral compass. And people are still riding for them. I'm not saying everybody.
I know.
But people can get canceled for the craziest shit and they're still fine.
Right.
So it's just like I'm just done trying to like I'm just done trying to tell people in my personal life. I haven't done this in a while.
Yeah.
I'm trying to tell people who they should like and who they shouldn't like.
Yeah.
People are going to make their own decisions.
It's true. And I don't know what it is about our culture. We suffer from like amnesia regularly where like we forget, you know, about this terrible, terrible thing that they did. Or maybe even worse, you're like okay with it.
Yeah.
But I feel like
I think a lot of people are okay with it. You know why?
Why?
Because they are that.
Oh, you're right. It's just like
Because why else would people either they want to be so forgiving that it's almost detrimental to the person they're forgiving because they're yes people.
Yeah, no backbone.
Or they have a commonality with the person that they're forgiving. Granted, they're not saying I do shit like that too, but they can't help but support someone like that because they would want other people to support them if they made decisions like that.
Oh, I get what you're saying.
You know?
Ew, that's sick.
It's sick, but I think a lot of people think that way.
Oh, you're probably right. You're probably right. I never really thought about it like that, but you're probably right. Oh.
I know. It's disgusting. It's fucking disgusting.
Very disgusting. Oh gosh, people.
Oh my gosh, you want to know something crazy?
Mm-hmm.
I read somewhere, Tokyo restaurant only hires waiters with dementia to change perceptions about aging.
Aw.
Isn't that so sweet? And
That's
then someone
so
commented,
sweet.
USA does the same thing but with presidents. It's so funny because you literally had the same reaction I had. I was like, oh, that's so cute. Let me read the comments. That was the first one. I'm like, that is absolutely true.
Wow.
I think that's actually the first thing they put. You don't need a law degree. You definitely don't need to be for the people.
Right.
Do you have dementia?
Check.
You're
check.
hired.
You are hired for the job.
Please, because you will see things that I don't want you to talk about.
Oh my gosh! I need you to forget. That's terrible.
Oh my god. I'm actually fucking
That's
crying.
so fucking funny. Okay, well, speaking of presidents, we have to talk about that Mr. Donald Trump was arraigned and his photos were taken.
I'm obsessed with that
he's
picture.
Not actually in jail.
He looks so fucking annoyed.
He looks bad.
He looks so bad.
What is this man's actual skin tone?
No, for real.
You know?
I think it's gray.
I think so too. I think it's a weird gray green.
Oh my god, I was gonna say it's gray with like an undertone of green.
Yeah. Like a real sickly, like bad,
For real.
yucky coloring.
No, for real. Like he is deteriorating.
Yes.
As we
rapidly.
Rapidly. Like I think the host is in him.
Right.
Like the alien host has already been in there.
Right.
You know?
Slowly taking over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, for real.
I will say I was a little annoyed with the picture because I feel like it wasn't like a full-on mugshot.
Yeah.
You know, like I didn't get to see like his height, like his weight. Like
Yeah.
I wanted to roast this man's some more.
For sure.
You know?
For sure.
And yeah, I hope he does actually go to jail so we can then see more of these beautiful, beautiful photos
I know.
of him not doing well and not looking too hot.
No, seriously. I think that sounds great.
Yeah.
I actually would love a reality show on his journey.
Oh my God, yeah. I'm sure he would do it too.
Yeah, he loves the camera.
He should go back to just being a little TV star, you know,
Yeah.
like a little
In
B-list
prison.
celebrity. Yeah. Oh my God, Trump and his bitches. I want to know.
Bitches for Trump.
Okay, speaking actually of just like annoying billionaires.
Oh, Lord.
So I saw this crazy Instagram post, and I'm going to put each picture for you guys here as we talk through this.
Jeez.
But essentially, this post is talking about how rich Elon Musk is, and talking about too how we have a hard time like wrapping our minds around million, billion, trillions of dollars. Like they all kind of
Blend together.
yeah. You know, and it's all such an unattainable amount of money for the average person. Like it's like whatever, like it's not how much money is it, you know? It's a lot.
It's a lot.
Fucking money.
I'm not gonna lie, I mean, billionaires comparison to millionaires, like you guys know, right? You guys know? You guys know?
Right.
It's a lot more.
A
It's
lot more. Okay, so here's one fact about it. It says, if you made $1 million per year and never spent a penny, you would have to work for 25,000 years to earn the amount shown on just this particular page, which is 185 billion, 190 billion
Wow.
to 205 billion, basically.
It's crazy.
25,000 years.
25,000 years.
And never spend a penny.
Yeah.
To get that much $1 billion. And that's not even how much Elon Musk has. Elon Musk has $228 billion. Billion!
Y'all, that's disgusting. It's disgusting. And to think this man bought Twitter because he wanted to be, like, funny.
Right.
Like that just goes to show you can be a fucking disgusting fucking billionaire where you can literally buy anything you want ever. Like, throw money away, burn it if you want, and you're still not happy because you don't get to be the funniest guy.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, you know he bought Twitter because he wanted some sort of control and power, and he was obsessed with the app.
Right. What more control and power could you possibly want? You own the fucking world,
Let's be honest, they get bored.
Yeah.
Like, they have all this money, and I'm sure they're not very grounded in any way.
Oh, no. How could you be?
And, you know, they're almost probably surrounded by yes people.
Yeah.
And they don't really know how people feel about them. if the money wasn't there.
Facts.
So I would actually love to have a documentary, and I don't know if these billionaires would do it, where we go inside the minds and the psychology of these billionaires and just how mentally sane they are or are not.
Compare them to brains of like serial killers and like teenagers
Serial
who's
killer-
like,
literally.
you know, just people whose brains are doing different things.
Exactly, because think about it. They have these ideas. Like, think about us. We're kicking it. We have a little stupid idea. We laugh a little. These billionaires have so much money and resources that they can make any of their dumb ideas come to life. Yeah. Even if it affects people's livelihood. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, that is also a dangerous game to play.
For sure. For sure. Yeah. No, I mean, it's really insane to think about. And this is one other stat I wanted to read from it. It says 80% of companies in the S&P, which is like, you know, the publicly traded companies, are valued at less than 80 billion. 80% of companies make less than 80 billion, and Elon Musk makes $228 billion.
That's crazy.
Like, what do you need that much money for?
I really don't know. It's honestly insane.
And it's disgusting because it's like, sure, he's making money on top of money that he
already has. It's
accumulating. And a lot of it was given to him as well.
Yeah.
You know?
He is a Nepo baby.
Yeah.
I don't know if people know that. Like,
right.
He is a Nepo baby. And actually, my boyfriend told me about that. Because my boyfriend, he always talks about how he respects people that hustle and he respects people that are self-made. And he just thinks Elon Musk is like the biggest douche ever, and the fact that he's a Nepo baby, like, it just irritates him even more. Yeah. And I'm just like, yeah, I mean, that's fair. I fucking agree. Like, this dude literally has had everything handed to him. And it's crazy to think that a lot of people are like, oh, he's so cool. He's so this. Like, a lot of bros, like, are, like, obsessed with him. And I'm like, what is really so special about this man besides the fact that he's filthy rich?
No, because he puts on this front like he is self-made.
Yeah, he does.
That's what it is. And that's why I feel like a lot of people, don't know that he is not. He is 100% a Nepo baby. Yeah. And he actually has failed and bankrupt businesses in the past. And the only reason why he is as successful as he is now is because his father or whoever has all the money would basically, you know, buy him out each time, and it would, like, nothing ever happened.
Yep.
Oh, my God.
It's insane.
The privilege.
I know.
I can't actually even begin to wrap my mind around it.
The crazy thing is, this man is a cancer. Don't you want to feed everyone in the fucking world? Right. Don't you want to end world hunger? You have the power to do it, but, I mean, I just feel like the billionaires, the 1% even, they know things that me and you don't. You know what I mean? They need this cycle to keep repeating itself. They need people down here in order for them to stay up here. Yeah. And that's just a fact. Yeah. I don't know if utopia exists in this fucking world. Yeah. No. I want it to, more than anything. I want some entity to be down here and be like, you can't treat people like that. Right. Let's make life fucking fair. And I don't mean communism. Yeah. You know? Yeah. But I just don't know if that's going to happen. And I mean, when it comes to what I believe spiritually, I do think that, you know, you're put on earth to learn certain lessons, to feel certain feelings, to strengthen the bond you have with your soul family, and to release karmic bonds that you have with people that are no longer necessary in your life's journey. So I don't know what the lessons are of these billionaires. Yeah. But I will say, I don't think a lot of them are old souls.
No. I feel like a lot of them are, like, cheating in life and are, like,
selling their soul to the devil.
Yes, and, like, skipping a lot of the processes and things that we get to enjoy as, like, everyday people.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? Like, they don't get those things, and I think they're kind of crazy in the head because they, in some ways, once you reach that level of money, you actively decide that that's okay.
Yeah.
You know what I
For
mean?
sure.
Like, you want to be that untouchable.
Mm-hmm.
You want to have people thinking that you're above them.
Yeah.
And
you want to be perceived a certain way.
right.
Because I feel like no matter how much money you have, I would assume in every human brain, like, you can't help but have insecurities.
Yeah.
And if anything, they have to hide their insecurities more than the average person because they have all this money and so many people are looking to them for advice or whatever it may be. Like, so many people, like, value and respect them and put them on a high pedestal. So I feel like they don't even get to be human. Not that I'm saying I care about whether they feel like humans or not, because fuck these people. But I do think that they're definitely missing out, and I think a part of them knows that, but they would never admit it.
Yeah. Right. And they're lying to themselves, you know? Like, and like you were kind of saying earlier, they pay people to be there and to say yes and to make them feel like, oh, you're still living a regular life, but they know that deep down it isn't true.
Yeah. No, who would stay around if you didn't have money? Like, I think that's something that's a question that a lot of people ask themselves. It's not just billionaires. I think it's people that are wealthy, you know what I mean? Upper class, whatever. Like,
celebrities.
You never know why people are around. And, like, that's why it's so freaking important to have day ones who have been with you since the broken days. The broke days. The broken days.
Yes.
Because then it shows you that people really fuck with you. You know? Money comes and goes. Like, relationships last forever.
And I don't want you just there when I'm, like, doing good.
Yeah.
You know?
Because it doesn't feel...
When you get to...
It doesn't feel real.
Yeah. Because you're just winning with me all the time.
I know.
You know?
No, exactly. And, of course, we're always going to get along when we have everything.
Exactly.
I want to see how if we are able to show kindness to each other even when we can't give anything to the other.
Right.
That's, like, a true testament of someone's character to me. Like, if I have nothing to give you, like, how do you treat me?
Right. Right. And back to kind of what we were saying, like, I feel like also all of these billionaires are, like, probably not good people. Like, I don't feel like they are kind, giving.
I don't either.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't think the people who work for them rave about how warm they are.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, I really would be very interested to study their brains.
Yeah. I think it would be a really cool show.
It would be really cool. I think their egos would be too big. They wouldn't let, or maybe some of them would be like, oh yeah, study my brain. I'm such a genius.
That, and Maya, think about how much they love to talk about how much they donated. This is what I'm doing to change the world.
That's
like,
facts.
Like, you know what I mean? You think half of them would even be honest about how they process things or why they make certain decisions?
Facts.
They'd be lying.
Facts. That's 100% true.
Oof.
Who are you?
No, really. Really.
Nobody knows.
That motherfucker right there is not real.
Right.
Dude.
Huh?
Last week, like, I mean, not last week, like 2 days ago, Mercury went retrograde. Already, I was, like, feeling a little cunty. And I went to Walgreens with my boyfriend. I was going to get something, but there was, like, no parking. So he, like, parked, you know, on the street, put his emergency lights on, whatever. So I go inside. And I walk in there, and there's a huge line. I'm like, oh, God, like, kill me now. You know what I mean? I'm, like, so annoyed, like, feeling bitchy. And I get my shit, and I'm like, all right, like, you know when you're having those days where you're like, my ass needs to stay inside.
Yes.
Like, more than anything, I must not be shown to the world. You know?
You're like, all right, we'll kill somebody.
No, actually, like, my energy
Someone
is
will
like
be harmed.
toxic waste going into the ocean.
Yeah.
Things will die.
Yeah. I will scorch
My
the
Scorpio
earth.
energy, like, death.
Yeah.
Like, at the lowest vibration, Scorpio is death.
Yeah.
Like, ready to kill and poison.
Yes.
And I...
Kill and poison.
And then I walk out. I'm like, oh, it's sunny. I had, like, a brief moment of, like, you know what? It's a beautiful day. Like, at least I got my shit. And, like, I look up. It's, like, sunny. I'm looking up. I see my boyfriend. I'm about to cross. This bike is coming. Don't worry, he doesn't hit me. He's coming, but he's like, hey, watch out. So when I tell you, I went from... I literally had two very short seconds of, it might be a good day, to that happening, and I literally... I'm like, fuck off, fuck you, go fuck yourself. I start going, this man just looks at me like this, because he was throwing his hand up. So I'm like, you know what, fuck you, fuck off, go fuck yourself. I'm like yelling at him. Oh my God. The people in the car are like rolling down their windows. Miguel's like, what's happening? I'm like, he talked to me. He dared to talk to me. I was pissed.
Oh my gosh, the audacity.
And it was definitely like just like a commotion. Like everyone's like trying to see what's going on.
Oh my God.
And I gave the people what they fucking wanted, which was a fucking show.
Yeah.
And he's lucky he was pedaling so quickly out the way. I wanted him to stay longer. Actually, I was hoping he would give me something back. I thought this was gonna be a screaming match back to back. Like I thought I was gonna say "fuck you,"
You're ready
and he
to
was gonna
go.
be like "fuck you, bitch," and I would have been like, "No, fuck you." Like, I was ready for like dialogue.
Yeah.
And he wasn't giving it, so I just kind of like just started saying shit to him. And then I had to cross the street while everyone was sharing. And, you know, the day got better after that.
Good.
Yeah, it did. It did. I went outside. We smoked some weed by the ocean. It was a beautiful day.
I'm so amused. Maybe it just needed to combust.
No, it really did.
Kerfluss.
It did. And it's just so funny because that's fucking Mercury retrograde.
Literally.
Literally in Virgo.
Right.
You know what I mean?
No, it was a clusterfuck. That's a clusterfuck.
Yeah, it was a cluster fuck.
Right.
And it was on Polk Street.
Oh my God.
So you know it's busy
Of
there.
course.
On a Saturday.
Yes. Oh my God. And all the looky-loos, I bet. All the looky-loos.
All the looky-loos. I'm telling you, people were rolling down their window.
Oh my God.
I'm like, you want me to be crazy?
I got you crazy.
No, for real. Like, I really don't give a fuck.
No.
Maya knows. Like,
No.
when I start going crazy, like, this Libra Mercury can stay contained for a while in public with my Cap rising. But when I get heated, like, it's really hard for me to show you any sort of respect.
It's a wrap. It's end of the road for you. All the nasty things will come out.
Yeah. I hate him.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
No, fuck that guy.
How dare he yell at you?
No, seriously.
He felt so entitled.
And he said, hey, he put his hand up. It took everything.
For you not to throw that hand.
I really wanted to kick
push
his
you
bike.
off your bike.
I did. I wanted him to do like
give him a little trip or something.
And people are watching like, oh my God, Sarah, like, that's so fucked up. Like, he just wanted to keep... I don't care about that man.
No!
I don't care about him.
Also, pedestrians have the right of way.
Yeah, but
Sarah
people
had the right of way.
In fucking San Francisco, the bikers have more audacity than
Right.
fucking pedestrians, drivers, the police,
Right.
the animals in the zoo.
Right.
Like, they have more audacity than any and everything, and
They act like they're
I
the
just
fucking mayor.
fucking hate them.
Yeah, no,
I mean, I don't hate all of them. I bike too.
Yeah.
But like, I'm not like a rude
No,
biker.
some of them are really,
They
really
take
crazy.
themselves so seriously.
Yeah.
They're like out there like
Right.
fucking relax.
They're like major hand signals.
No, literally.
Like,
and it's
okay.
so funny. They do all the signals, but when the light is red, who's running the red?
Right.
The
Them.
bikers.
Fucking dangerous. And they're going hella fast.
I know. It's insane.
So insane.
So yeah,
Oh my God.
I do have a vendetta.
Fuck that man.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck that man.
It felt good. It felt good to yell.
I'm glad you got to release it.
I haven't cussed someone out in public in a long time.
Feels
Felt good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh-huh. And also, I'm sure too, like, I feel like the last time I cussed someone out was like a drunken night, you know?
Yeah.
So like to do it when you're like sober,
I know.
brightest day, I
No,
feel like that
legit.
probably feels really good.
No, it really did.
You know?
It really did.
Like, I don't give a fuck.
It was just so funny.
Here.
Because when I get to the car, Miguel's like, what happened? I was like, he told me to move. Like, that's basically.
He was thinking like something crazy, probably. Like, he just told me to move.
He told me I was in his way. Like, how dare he?
Oh my god. Probably like, baby.
No, he understood. He hates bikers more than me.
Oh, that is so funny. That is so funny. Mercury retrograde shit.
His Aries Mercury would never dare tell me that I overreacted.
Oh, no,
He
never.
He is the king of overreacting.
I'm sure he'd been like, you want me to go drive him down? Let's go find him so you can
Literally.
finish cussing him out. That's more the
Look
energy
who
that I
it
think. We found you, bitch. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for kicking it with us on this fine Thursday. You looking real fine
On this
today.
Thirsty Thursday.
Yeah, what you gonna do on this thirsty Thursday?
Drink
what you gonna
some
do?
water,
What
be
you
a
gonna
hoe.
do? I love it. We're gonna link our socials
Manifesting
somewhere
that
around
for you.
here. Yes, you deserve that.
We love you. If you're listening on Apple, Spotify, wherever the hell you listen to your podcast, don't forget to leave us a review. 5-star resorts. If you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe. Hit the like button because it really helps out your girls. We love y'all. We'll see you next Tuesday.
Bye.
Bye. So that was it. I'm proud of you.
Proud of you.
That is the most Mercury retrograde shit.
I'm gonna keep that in.
You should keep that in.
I'm gonna do a little blooper.
No, you have to. You have to zoom in.
So funny.